Hello everyone and welcome back to Killershrewfan's Killer Toy Reviews. Let me just be the first to say Happy New Year to all of you. Congratulations on making it to the end of 2018. 2019 is just around the corner, and I want to thank you all for the support and love you have given me during 2018. It really means a lot to me, and I hope you all had a fantastic year as well. Now, I did want to make a new video to rein in the new year. Originally, I was going to review a new for 2019 Dinosaur figure, but unfortunately, my recording equipment is not with me, save for my microphone right now. So instead, I will be doing something I think that will be kind of fun. I will be doing my top 10 dinosaur models of 2018. So any dinosaur toy that I have purchased and or reviewed that was part of a 2018 release is up and eligible for being on this list. I do want to say a couple of quick disclaimers before we get started though. First and foremost, I will not be counting any dinosaur toy that I did not get. Any dinosaur toy that was released in 2018 that I did not purchase myself will not be eligible. I mean, let's be honest, there were some absolutely incredible toys that were released this year, toys and models alike, but I didn't get all of them. And I feel like it would be unfair to pass judgment on any of those toys if I didn't get to see them in person first. And second little disclaimer, any toy that was released during 2018 that was technically part of a 2019 lineup will also not be eligible. Safari Limited Toys, I'm looking at you. So yes, those are the two kind of caveats that come with this list. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get right started with number 10. Coming in at number 10, we have the Mattel Ceratosaurus. This is far and away my favorite of the Roarivores by Mattel. The sculptural detail is impressive as always. The paint scheme is absolutely gorgeous, and the fact that it looks so darn close to its Jurassic Park 3 film counterpart makes it not only one of their best Roarivores, but one of my favorites of the line in general. Coming in at number 9, we have got the Papo Iguanodon. This figure is awesome. I mean, it looks fantastic. Like all Papo models, the sculptural detail is just stunning, and they augmented that with a beautiful paint scheme. Unfortunately, the hinged jaw that Papo decided to add to this Iguanodon, the first herbivore of Papo, I might add, that has an articulated jaw, unfortunately that little addition definitely hurt the model's overall appeal. It gave it this very odd seam line between the upper and lower mandibles, which really took away from the overall look of the head, which is why this model is placed further back on the list. Coming in at number 8, we have got the Safari Limited Triceratops. This figure is simply awesome. I mean, the sculptural details of it are just absolutely beautiful. It's incredibly accurate to what we know and understand Triceratops to be, and its size is absolutely impressive. My only complaints with this model are the paint scheme seems to be just a little bit on the dull side, and it's kind of just boring to me. I mean, it's not, like I said, it's a fantastic model, don't get me wrong, and Safari Limited really knocked it out of the park, but I do wish Safari Limited had worked to introduce us to a new and interesting species with their toy line, rather than giving us the Triceratops toy, which, is a very, very popular and well-known dinosaur. I wish they had done something a little more unique. And that's nothing against the figure itself. That's just kind of a creative development idea against Safari Limited. Yeah, Triceratops comes in at number 8. At number 7, we have got the Papo Therizinosaurus. This model is absolutely awesome. The sculptural details, like on all of Papo's figures, is just so jaw-droppingly gorgeous. The detail ranges from big and eye-catching to minute and mind-blowing. Like, how tiny the detailing on this thing is just absolutely insane. I also love the pose. I know I'm in the minority with that, but the active, aggressive stance of this Therizinosaurus is impressive, and with its big size, I think that it definitely stands out on your shelf and as a piece, with its size and pose. My only complaints with this model itself is it's a little underfeathered. So those of you who care a great deal about scientific accuracy, this Therizinosaurus is probably not going to impress. And the claws are rather small. I mean, the Therizinosaurus is known for those massive hand claws that measure, 3 feet long or something like that. And on this model, they just look rather dinky. They're not impressive. They don't stand out, which is a shame because that's just, what Therizinosaurus is so well known for, are those massive, massive finger claws. And another issue that I have with it is the paint scheme is a little dull. It's well applied, as in all of Papo's models, but the colors they chose to go with and how they chose to paint it results in a rather lackluster coloring on this particular model. At number 6, we have got the Mattel Real Feel Mosasaurus. This thing is awesome. For a toy and for a Jurassic fan, this thing is just awesome. First of all, it's massive. Second of all, the sculptural detailing is, insane for an action figure. It just looks so incredibly detailed and lifelike. And then you've got the whole gimmick, which is the real feel rubber skin, and unfortunately that's kind of the con of it. It's a double-edged sword in this figure. The fact that Mattel decided to give us a real feel dinosaur toy is awesome in and of itself, but the fact that it is kind of not really rubbery so much as it is plasticky is kind of disappointing. I do wish it was kind of more of a rubbery feel. That is a minor complaint with the overall awesome nature of this toy. Just its sheer size and its sheer resemblance to its filmed counterpart is enough to make this an incredible, incredible addition to any Jurassic collection. Coming in at number 5, we have got the Papo Quetzalcoatlus. This was my favorite from Papo this year. Strangely enough, it was. I remember seeing it and upon first impressions thinking, that's cool and all. It's a little awkward, but it's cool. But then, I get them all in hand and I'm like, which one do I constantly go back to the most? Which one catches my attention the most? And it's the Papo Quetzalcoatlus. And it's really for the same reasons that I like all of the other Papo figures. The sculptural details are incredible. The paint scheme, well applied. The sizing is also impressive on this thing, as it darn well should be. But the fact that they gave this thing an upward hinged jaw really makes it stand out, in my opinion. The pose is a little awkward. That's the only grievance I really had with this figure. But even in its awkward nature, it's still unique and original and fresh. It's so rare that you see pterosaurs in this terrestrial pose, and even rarer, more rare. It's even more rare that you see them in this sort of neck down walking pose. They're usually, if they're terrestrial, they're just kind of in that giraffe pose, and admittedly that's probably a more feasible look, but this animated Papo pose, though on the awkward side, definitely stands out to me, and I don't know why, but that's the case. Coming in at number 4, it is the massive, incredible Mattel Extreme Chompin' Spinosaurus. This thing is the single greatest piece to come out of the Legacy collection in terms of the film accuracy and just the star power that comes with it. The Spinosaurus is one of the most infamous dinosaurs of the Jurassic franchise, and to see it getting a toy release again after all these years that does it justice is absolutely awesome. It is just awesome. The paint scheme is a little off to me, and it's proportionally wonky in the tail and sail region, but beyond that, just the size of it, the gimmick, the fact that it is so incredibly accurate, just makes it worth it to me. Another huge issue that this model has that I don't even need to talk about is just the shoddy distribution of it. The unfortunate circumstances surrounding this toy and its release in quotation marks, it really makes this an unfortunate situation because we have such an amazing toy, yet its distribution is so shoddy that, some people still can't even get it, which really is the reason it is not placed higher up on the list. Coming in at number 3, we have got the Mattel Thrash and Throw Tyrannosaurus Rex. You can accuse me of being a Rex fanboy placing this one over the Spinosaurus, but like I said, it comes down to the distribution on this one. Overall, this is everything you could possibly want in a Tyrannosaurus Rex toy. A Jurassic Park Tyrannosaurus Rex toy, I should say. It is a film-accurate sculpt. The paint scheme, though simple, conveys everything, all the information that we need to link it to the Tyrannosaurus Rex from the film. The play features are all incredible and also so easily activated. You can hold this thing by the tail and make it stomp, chomp, and roar. It's not like you have to push buttons on the chest, then on the back, and then on the, then you have to do something under the tail as well. It's just all right there, making the playability on this thing so easy and streamlined. And, collectors love stuff like this, and kids love stuff like this. The playability of this toy is matched by nothing in the dinosaur toy community. Like, the fact that it can do all of this stuff from an easily triggerable area is just incredible. Mattel killed it with this toy. But it's not as good, to me, as what comes at number 2. At number 2, we have got the Mattel Action Attack Carnotaurus. Now, call me sentimental, but this was my first Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom toy, and it remains my favorite. Carnotaurus is, of course, my favorite dinosaur, so I might be biased there. But, just look at the Mattel Carnotaurus. Look at it. It's got everything you need. The sculpture is awesome. The paint scheme is amazing. It's got great articulation. The gimmick is, admittedly, it's less impressive than everything you get with a Thrash and Throw, but it's also half the price of the Thrash and Throw. But you get, this awesome chomping action that is triggered by a button on the back, and it just goes forward and snaps its jaw shut. It's not just like the mouth just lamely opens and closes. The whole neck cranes forward and snaps shut, and then it just pops back up. It's awesome for a toy. It is just awesome. And, it's the fact that it's a $20 action figure and it's got such great sculptural details, such great paint apps. I'm speechless. I love this toy. What more can I say? I absolutely love the Mattel Action Attack Carnotaurus, and it is, to me, deserving of number 2 on this list. But before we get into number 1, I want to go ahead and do some honorable mentions. Alright, coming in at number 1, we have got the Vitae Giganotosaurus. This thing came out of nowhere for me. I don't even remember where the first place was that I saw it, but the second I saw it, I'm like, that is incredible. That is simply incredible. Vitae, I never even heard about this company until this Giganotosaurus popped up, but once it did, they just solidified themselves into the dinosaur toy collecting community. They said, we're here, we have awesome dinosaur models, buy them from us, and by God, I will, because of this Giganotosaurus. This thing is just everything you could possibly want in a dinosaur model. It's huge. It's absolutely huge. The sculpture is absolutely gorgeous. The paint scheme has so many beautiful layers and nuanced details. And then it comes with this amazing base, and the base is also totally optional. If you don't like bases, the thing stands on its own. It's also got a hinged jaw, which is awesome. So you have, variations in how you can pose it. It's got this amazing feel to it. It's not like rubber, but it's not like plastic. I think it's PVC, but it feels really cool to the touch. And like I said, it's just beautiful to look at. Like, I honestly sat down to write this list, and I'm like, is there anything that competes with the Vitae Giganotosaurus as my favorite dinosaur model of 2018? And I thought, and no, absolutely nothing. This thing, to me, wins by a landslide. So there you have it, guys. That is Killershrewfan's top 10 dinosaur models and toys of 2018. If you were hoping to get more in-depth thoughts on any of these, feel free to check out our reviews. We've got the whole playlist going for you. We'll put individual links in the description below. I would love if you would comment your top 10 dinosaur toys of 2018 down below as well. I would love to hear all of your thoughts. Do you agree with my list? Do you disagree with me? What would you have changed? What would you have added? What would you have taken away? Give me all of that good stuff down in the comments section below. Thank you guys again so much for giving me a hell of a 2018. I've really enjoyed doing all these videos and reviews for you guys, and I truly do hope you guys have an amazing, amazing 2019. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe on the way out, because we've got more videos, more dinosaurs, and more reviews coming your way in the next year. Thank you guys again so much from the bottom of my heart. Alright, Killershrewfan out. Have a fun and safe New Year's Eve.